Okay, here we are with my RC. I wish I could call it Rampage XT, but as you can see, everything in it has changed. I'm going to change these shocks eventually. These rear ones, actually, they aren't as resistant as the front ones. These are very, very hard to press. Maybe because they are longer. As you can see, these very flexible. So I will remove these and I have them in Bahas. Probably do Baja 5B shocks. I'll make them fit, no problem. Last time I was bashing the truck, I kind of lost my brakes for whatever reason. Now if you go ahead and I activate the brakes, they are going right now. They are, so you can see, they are not moving. So the brakes are working, but I lost them, and when I was actually riding this in this small entrance to the park, I just kept hitting everything on and off, on and off. But you can see I put a screw in here, that screw, so this bumper will not go sideways, which that problem is eliminated. Again, I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna brush very quickly about the servo and the servo saver. I have damaged 5 servos from High-Tech due to one simple reason, because of my, maybe not stupidity, but misinformation. Killer RC, 75 milliamps, 2-cell, whatever it is, 7.4 volt. Alright, this thing had burned all my servos. Now, my understanding originally was from YouTube that this guy had 9.10 or 10.0 voltage, or even 12 voltage. I know he went as far as 10 voltage, and he had the servo working back and forth, no problem. Better performance, higher torque, everything. So silly me, I went ahead and I purchased this, and I've used a 6-volt servo. However, nobody told me, or nobody said on the YouTube, that you need to have a voltage reducer. It reduces the voltage from 7.4 to 6 volt, which is 6.0 volt. And it should be a both-way regulator, so reduce the power from 7.4 to 6. And in reality, if I connect this right now to my charger, it will say 9 volts. If I connect my 6-volt battery, it will say 7.4. How would I know? Because it tells me on my screen. Now I have this original battery, which in this good charge I cannot charge it because it's extremely sensitive with a 4-bar connector. So I use the Redcat Rampage charger with this banana input, and I charge it that way. This is a 22 milliamp battery. It lasts for about 40 minutes on a 6-volt servo, and it's my backup battery. I have a 5700 milliamp battery that I purchased from large scale RC, and it's working fine. Other than that, the brakes still look fine. There are 2 hex screws in the back that actually you can adjust the brakes with. Now I will give it a shot the way it is right now and see if she stops, because as you can see, well, it's okay. It's the original issue that I had, that I thought was that there was this spring over here, but it seems like it's not. I hit the wall and lost the brakes. So whatever it is, I will go from here and see if she performs. As you can see right now, she brakes, so it's fine. Everybody keeps saying about the 990 carburetor, it's got to have a choke. This one actually does have a choke. Oh boy, I haven't used it in years. It's all, you know, dusty. You can hear it. But this is the one. If you can see it, I'll put it right over here. Open, close, open, closed. In reality, I haven't used it. I have the power start. If you can see it, I don't know, I'm just going around with the camera. That thing works great. It does wonders. My arm no longer hurts, which is awesome. So the settings, the needle settings are totally different than 668, than 813, than 990. You got to look at David Discount Motors. That would tell you what the settings are. However, with this motor, the settings are totally different. With this tune pipe, the settings are totally different. I got 4.4 hours on the motor. Last time I had a problem with the linkage due to the fact that it was too tight. Now she's very loose and nice and comfortable, so that really shouldn't be a problem. She's revving high, but she's got balls, I'll tell you that. There's no if and ands about it. If and buts. What am I talking? I'm thinking about something else. There's my additional filter. There's a filter inside, and I have this additional filter, which I found it should be a great investment. God forbids for what. And funny thing is, speaking about servos, this one never burned out. The voltage, the meter voltage had burned out. So I got this one off of eBay for about $4. Servo never burned out. The channel number 1 steering servo, channel number 1 burned out in the receiver. I've changed that. I bought a switch because the switch wires, they have burned out, they melted. So this one actually doesn't, the screws are not long enough, so it won't go inside the box. So I just have it on the side. It's not waterproof or anything like that, but I'm not thinking about bashing this thing in the water because it's just useless, just slides all over the place. The clutch, I bought it off of eBay from, I forgot who. I don't forget, but I don't know the name of the hand, how you spell it, and it hasn't broke yet. It's holding. It's 8,000. I also have the 9,500 for DDM, which that's why I had to raise the RMP in this motor because she was very slow, very sloppy after breaking in the motor. So I raised the RPMs because if you notice, if you watch the Redcat Rampage XT and XP videos, their RPMs are very high all the time. So I raised the RPMs and she rips. Again, right now I have it in the rear-wheel drive only, and she just rips. I opened it wide. She was clocked on the GPS 87 miles an hour, so it's beautiful. Other than that, this switch, again, I'm gonna go jump back and forth like crazy, but I do have this input here. See, a loose for 2x input. That is because I no longer wish to open my battery box. So what I do is I just plug this into my machine and I charge it that way. So it's extremely convenient where I don't have to move anything and remove the cables and disconnect and connect because it's just a waste of time. And it's just funny because I actually put the damn thing, see there's no rubber seal. I actually dropped it into my my gas tank. So once I run out of gas in my tank, not this tank, the container that I hold the gasoline with, the 1 gallon, I will get that out, and this thing would stop leaking. But there's a beautiful hole over here, which the original one has one, but it gets clogged really quick, so it kind of sucks. But the aluminum one has actually a hole, and I do have a vent, right? Oops, what the heck was that? Okay. Some sort of, oh, okay, and this is just to hold the lines together. I do have a vent right over here. You see, it was silver when it wasn't dirty, now it is. Okay, I went ahead, I cleaned my filter really quick. As you can see, this is nice and clean right now. clean everything, so she should rip again. Everything's beautiful. I didn't really have to Loctite anything. The shock over here on this side, I had to Loctite it. As you remember, this side was bending really bad. There is a crack. If you look, let me see if I can get a flashlight. I actually don't have a flashlight, which I actually did. But there's a crack right over here. If you see it right there, that's a crack. It's not all the way through, but it's going to eventually break, and that's when we go to 7075 RC and purchase one. So please subscribe and you know, like or dislike, and tell me what you think and where I can make more improvements. Again, if you're running 7.4, make sure you have your voltage regulator that downgrades the voltage from 7.4 to 6.0, which is kind of stupid because you buy a better servo and you buy, even 7.4 was burned out, so I don't know what's going on. But I went the original settings, my electricity or electric system, and it never burned out. I did over an hour and a half, 2.5 tanks of gasoline. And but if you do, you need the regulator that would downgrade your 7.4 to 6.0 voltage servo. So don't do what I did. Go ahead, spend $60 on this thing, and nobody tells you got to get a, you know, voltage regulator. All right, guys. So peace out. Be good. I'll talk to you later. Bye.